Hello and welcome to the Tottenham America channel. Today we will be reacting to Tottenham's horrific 3-2 defeat at the hands of AFC Bournemouth in the Premier League, as a 90-plus 5th-minute winner from the Cherries saw them steal all 3 points away from home. We'll start with the events of the match.
Starting off in the 14th minute when Spurs took the lead. Heung-min Son scoring in back-to-back matches. We patiently play out the back. Longley then lifts a beautiful ball over the top to Perisic on the left-hand flank. He then lays it off to Son, who's in the middle, and he just has to tap it home. It deflects off Stevens with wrong foot, Neto in goal, and Spurs take the lead with only 14 minutes gone. Then in the 38th minute, Matías Viña equalizes for the Cherries. Pedro Porro, I'm not sure what he's doing. He's in no hurry to play out of the back. Too rushed almost, and he's crowded off of the ball. Billing gets the ball back, who plays it to Solanke. Solanke then lays it off to Viña, who just has to chip it over Lloris into the far bottom corner. And Bournemouth are level to send the Spurs Tottenham Hotspur Stadium completely quiet. And that's how the first half ended.
In the 51st minute, Bournemouth continue their good form and find they winning the go-ahead goal. Bournemouth get a bit lucky as Porro's clearance ends up looping straight to Solanke. He touches it to Tavernier, who dribbles straight at Sanchez. A couple twists and turns, but Sanchez gets completely turned around upside down. Puts a foot in there, which only helps the ball onto Solanke, who just has to dink the ball over Lloris, just like the Viña finish in the first half. And that was the go-ahead goal for Bournemouth in the 51st minute. A big decision came in the 58th minute when substitute Davinson Sanchez was taken off the pitch, met with lots of boos around the stadium by Spurs supporters. He was taken off for Arnaut Danjuma, a man who we had not seen for a long time under the Conte reign. And that move really did pay off later in the game in the 88th minute when Perisic did a long throw-in and Richarlison took the header down. Danjuma comes at it with his left foot and strikes it into the bottom of the net. Neto is completely wrong-footed because of a deflection off of Stephens. VAR had a quick check to make sure that Kane wasn't in an offside. It was blocking a Neto. He was not, as deemed by VAR. And Danjuma equalizes for Spurs. Scores in the 90-plus 5th minute. A big, long ball over the top was played from Bournemouth's defense. Pedro Porro was unable to judge the flight of the ball correctly, so Solanke just had to nod it down behind him, and then Solanke passes it on to Ouattara, who just has to curl it round Lloris into the back of the net. And just like the reverse fixture of this season when Tottenham won 3-2, courtesy of a 90-plus second-minute winner from Bentancur, Bournemouth have won 3-2 away from home thanks to an Ouattara 90-plus 5th-minute winner. And that is how the game ended. We really should have done better.
Crazy game. We had the momentum late in the match, and then Bournemouth went ahead and scored to take the 3 points. Really disappointing from Spurs. I was disappointed with Davinson Sanchez, but to take him off was kind of harsh.
Yeah, but I think it was needed.
It was needed.
Easily needed.
But I think the boos from the fans was just harsh.
Yeah, but
you can see our technical area was clapping on Davinson Sanchez. I think he needs to really improve. He needs to do what Emerson did. After Emerson got criticized a lot,
or he just needs to move on. We should have moved him on 6 years ago. We never moved him on, and now we're having to deal with a lot of these players: Dyer, Sanchez, Lloris. I guess Lloris. I think he overstayed about 1 or 2 years, but Sanchez, Dyer, those kinds of players should have been sold a long time ago. Sanchez should never have been brought on, I think, today. The decision to bring him on was just not right. I think obviously I don't think we should have gone defender for defender. I think we should have changed the formation.
Yeah, we could have brought on Sarr.
Sarr would have been the decision.
And gone to a
4-3-3.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
We could have brought on Sarr and gone to a 4-3-3. What else could we have done? We could have brought on another attacker and played like a 4-2-2-2.
No, I think 4-3-3 would have been the best decision at that point. We were leading the game. We were capitalizing on everything. We had no reason to back down and go into our shell. But we brought Longley off. who was doing really well, got the pre-assist for Son's goal, brought Sanchez on, and that was really where the game turned against us. Viña scored, then Solanke scored. This was a mistake, I think, on Stellini's part to put Davinson Sanchez, who we know is low in confidence right now, into a match like this where a lot is on the line. And yet, he, again, couldn't deliver, and now this is just going to play on his mental health a lot more. So, it's going to be a very, very interesting next couple of weeks for Tottenham. I hope this Longley injury is not long-lasting, because
he's been so crucial after Ben Davies has gone out injured.
Yeah.
He's been so crucial to our side. And he's really showed how good he is. I think we should buy him this summer.
Yeah. Pedro Porro was surprisingly poor today.
Yeah,
He could have done a lot better. First goal was really his fault.
I think he was at fault for almost all three of the goals. Last one misjudged the header.
Yeah.
First one gave away the ball. And then the second one, I think he was involved with it as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, he really needs to find his feet in the Premier League because he's having, I think, a lot of trouble in the Premier League right now.
He is doing what he was doing well in his past games. You saw him today when we were just sitting at the edge of Bournemouth's penalty box.
He's good because he's an attacking wingback.
He's good, but when he has to defend, when he has to play out of the back, he's not good.
Which is unsurprising, but then we don't know how to play any other way, so. But really, we should have done better. This was a huge chance to go level on points with Newcastle and Man United. Newcastle losing to Aston Villa earlier this weekend. The chance was there for us to go up the table, continue our fight for a Champions League spot, but we squandered it yet again, and now we even look likely to lose our spot to Aston Villa, who are right behind us.
Brighton too. They have 2 games in hand of us us. So that's us down to what, 7th?
Potentially 7th, yeah.
Then there's also Liverpool. We are 10 points ahead of them.
But Aston Villa have 5 wins in their last 5 and are unbeaten in their last 8. Their last loss came in February against Arsenal. So they have been in ridiculous form. So I unless we fix up quickly, I see them overtaking us.
7 matches left. We have to win all 7 of them now.
We said that when we had 11 matches left and we lost the next 3.
Yeah.
So
we got 1 win out of those 4 matches.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very interesting next couple of weeks.
As part of our man of the match, I think our whole front 3 was decent.
Minus Son, 100%.
Son was really good, yeah. Kane was a little quiet, didn't get on the ball much, but when he had the ball, he was good.
Son or Danjuma?
Yeah, Danjuma was also very good. What an impact he made.
You can't go any further back unless you want to look at Perisic.
Perisic was very good, especially early on in the match.
Yeah, but everyone else was pretty horrific today.
Yeah, Højbjerg.
Skip was okay.
Højbjerg was not great. Skip was a little better than Højbjerg.
Dyer was not terrible, but not good. Romero was a little below par. I feel like a lot of his passes were off.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Højbjerg was bad today. He just wasn't
good.
He wasn't his bad. He didn't look himself today.
Yeah.
But he got on the ball a lot. Late in the game, he didn't have much defending to do.
Yeah. But then he also got turned a little too easily for that last goal. Who was it? Ouattara? When he scored, that was a little bit too easy of a turn on Højbjerg. But really,
it is hard having so much momentum and trying to go on and win the game, and all of a sudden you go behind. You're on the other end of the pitch, and you concede. You know, it's tough.
It's harsh, but we should have won this from the beginning. We're talking about 14th. Well, before this game, they were 15th or 16th. 16th place Bournemouth. And they came to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and we played like we were the 16th place team, and they were the 5th place team. Yeah. For most of that match, we were sitting back until we brought on Danjuma and switched to a 4 at the back. That whole game was just us sitting back for the most part. And then when we did try and go forward with our 7 million attackers, we didn't have anyone to play the correct pass in. So all we were doing was cross. Pedro Porro and Ivan Perisic, I guess Pedro Porro had about 13 attempted crosses, and Ivan Perisic had 19 attempted crosses.
No one could get their head on them.
Now, if we had a player something like Bruno Fernandes or Christian Eriksen or Martin Odegaard, they'd be playing those balls in from midfield because they're that midfield creator type. The only midfielders we have are defensive midfielders in Højbjerg, Skip, Bissouma, injured. Bentancur, our only slightly creative midfielder, injured. Sarr would have been a good shout, but he's also pretty defensive. So, a lot of wrong choices today. Not very good. So, we're going to need... it's going to be a very interesting next couple of weeks. We need to get a manager in. We should have gotten one. We should have had one lined up before Conte.
Vincent Company.
He's the most likely right now. But I don't see him coming to us in the middle of the season with Burnley. Although,
I would love to see Ryan Mason.
Yeah, but, I mean... You know what? Why not?
Why not?
Just throw Mason in there.
Yeah, he's a young manager. Why not give him the chance? That's what Arsenal did with Arteta.
Just throw him in there. What do we have to lose? Nothing.
Yeah.
He's definitely more harsh than Stellini. Like, we know that he gets his way. He knows what works and what doesn't. We saw that in the last minutes of... Who did we play last game? Nottingham Forest?
Wait.
No, it was the game that we won. Brighton. We saw in the last couple minutes of Brighton where he switched around the formation to make sure that we got the winner, and we did through Harry Kane. So I would not be totally against just seeing Ryan Mason take that slot. But that's it for our reactions to Tottenham's terrible loss to Bournemouth in the Premier League as Spurs squandered the opportunity to break into the top 4. If you enjoyed and want to see more Spurs content, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below what your thoughts are on this game. And until next time,
come on, you Spurs!